Breaking news at the top of the hour, and one of Portsmouth Football Club's biggest stars hinting at a possible departure from the club. Alan, have you got more for us?
Yes, I do, and the word coming out of Portsmouth this morning is that Ben Jarney is absolutely fuming at his role in the club. He's apparently approached the manager Scott Jamieson and said that he has had enough of not starting matches and playing from the bench. He said that he wants his playing time or he will walk. Despite appearing content on the surface, it's now become clear that Ben Jarney is very restless with his position at the club, and he might not wait very long for that to change.
G'day guys, how's it going? This is Broadcasting Because, and that is the news. This story has been developing since the end of last episode. Ben Jarney has now made it public that he's very distressed with his role at the club. It's now a major story, as you can see on the right. It's one of the leading stories of the championship, and it leaves me in a very difficult position to know what to do, and my response is very important, particularly for the rest of our games to be played this month. So what I did was I decided that one player shouldn't dictate how the team works, that no one player is bigger than the team as a whole. So I decided to start Ben Jarney where I saw that his best position would be, and that is as the super sub on the bench. But I'm going to put that to one side for now, because there are much more important things going on with Portsmouth Football Club, and that begins with our big match against Watford. We're away from home, and as you have seen, we are under the pump. We have to string some good performances together if we have any hope of reaching that top 6 for qualification for promotion. And we start off very well defensively, as always. Pearce has been putting in some great performances, and a lovely run bouncing off the back four. Wynn gets in and makes the tackle to win the ball back, no pun intended. He's able to get the ball over the top to Eric Husserklep, who himself makes a great dispossessing tackle of Taylor. He gets the ball, runs through on goal, and just smashes it straight at the goalkeeper. A bit of finesse might have been the better option, but it was still a very good effort to get through on goal. Christier has a bit of a wayward shot. He's yet to hit his straps yet, and I'm sure his switch will flick pretty soon. Hits him with a lovely piece of dribbling there. Husserklep chops back inside, but just gets dispossessed before he can get a decent shot on goal. You can see from these highlights how dominant we were early on against Watford, and in the 25th minute, Eric Husserklep made it count as he squeezed the ball underneath the goalkeeper to roll it and goal it into the back of the net. Beautiful stuff from Eric Husserklep, and a nice bit of lead-up play as well for Kitson to find him. We're suddenly starting to hit our straps going forward. Christian finds Husserklep again, and it just creeps over the top corner. A screamer that would have been if only it had been on target. We had a couple more chances. For a second I thought that had just made its way past the keeper. Unfortunately for Kitson, it was just wide. Watford had a half chance just on the stroke of half time, but thankfully Palos was up to it, and at half time we do go in with that 1-goal advantage. Well, after playing Watford twice already this season, you know what they are capable of doing, and they just didn't get it right in the first half. Their performance was pretty average, but we expected them to come home hard in the second half, and that is exactly what they did. They brought on Boyd for Buab, and it was that man Boyd who penetrated our defence with a lovely touch, sets it across to Iwelumo, that's right, and he just stands there and heads it in without a worry in the world. It was a bit disappointing because we had been on top the whole game. That was only about their third shot for the entire game, and it was very, very disappointing to let that one in. We brought on Luke Viney just to switch things up a bit, to see if we could get something else going on attack, but it was all Watford this second half. They set Iwelumo through once again, Palos coming off his line to try and tempt him to an early shot, and if only that cross had been a little bit better for them, they could have been through once again, choosing to go to the far man instead of the near man, who was in fact offside. They bring on Garner for Iwelumo. Good to see him off. He was very dangerous. And then is when I activate Ben Jarney and Joel Ward. They're now into the game, and he makes a pretty early mistake, but I can forgive him with some great dribbling and gets taken out. Yes, penalty, penalty. Ref, where is the penalty? He got none of the ball. And that's it. That's the game. Are you... Oh... Seriously, when we need it most, we don't get the penalty. Oh, and it was Ben Jarney as well. That would have been the perfect story. Oh, that's ridiculous. Well, that's not the first time that a dodgy referee decision has put our season in jeopardy, but we cannot afford to dwell on it for any longer because we have to now back that up in an away match to Derby County. Now, these guys are sitting at 5th on the ladder, so they are definitely a threat, and they are expected to win at home. We need to lift, we need something special, because, guys, we could not afford to draw that game against Watford. It feels like forever since we last won a match in the Championship. Losing is not an option. I found out early days that crossing was not going to be an effective tactic against Derby County. They do have quite a few tall players. But guys, this is probably the most decisive corner of our season. Not because there was a goal scored, not because someone did something amazing, but because of this. Dave Kitson goes down injured. I didn't see what happened. There didn't look to be too much going on early on, but something happened and he went down clutching at his right leg. That doesn't look good, guys. He's hobbling off. At least he's able to walk to some extent. I have to bring Luke Varney on. He's our most important player, and if you take a look here, he gets crunched from the header, and off the clearance a second player lands on him as well. That would have to hurt, and you can only hope that that injury isn't too bad. But we're only 10 minutes into the game. We can't let this get us down. We need to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and charge on once again. Derby County are in 6th on the table. These are the guys that we're chasing, and we need to run them down. Christier gets through on goal, but unfortunately cannot get his shot on target. He's still struggling to fit in a little bit, I think, Christier. And somehow Rodriguez, from point-blank range pretty much, is able to spray it wide. It was a very difficult ball coming in, though, to his defence. And Ward with an exceptional challenge. Again, don't know how this is a foul. Clearly knocked the ball away. The referees are not doing us any favours. Emmanuel Akingbadu with a lovely touch and turn. Unfortunately can't get his shot on target. But Akingbadu plays through Luke Varney. This could be it. He goes round the keeper.
He's going to score again. Oh my word! He surely had to score again. And that, I'm afraid, caps the lot. That was an open, empty goal. And he failed to find it.
Well, I honestly, I thought I'd seen it all over the years, but I mean, it's a great run, fantastic run. He's onside by miles, and you think that's great feet round the keeper, an empty net. I mean, how empty a net do you need it to be? How big does the target need to be?
Ground open up and swallow him.
I know there was a defender somewhat in the way, but it really doesn't make it look much better. Well, we did have to keep out a couple of good chances for Derby County towards the end of the first half. We gave away a couple of consecutive corners in the dying stages, but thankfully due to guys like Pearce and Palos at the back acting like a brick wall in our defence, and Derby County had the final chance of the half with Bryson through on goal, but the shot never really tested Palos whatsoever. And that is how we went into half-time. No score to either side. We probably should have the lead, but to be fair, Derby County had their fair share of chances as well, so locked up at the break is probably a fair result. Lawrence came off for Davies, and at this stage I thought, oh no, they're going to blast us off the park. They're probably a better team who had been playing a lot better. Pearce tries to get the tackle in on Rodriguez, and I don't know what Rodriguez was thinking. He stopped and tried to skill around Palos or something. Not sure what he was doing, but it got collected, and Luke Varney, look at that, he cuts back inside and unleashes a rocket with his left foot, but can't quite get it past. A great save from the Derby County keeper. You know, what was so interesting about this match was that it was a truly even contest. Eric Hussecleb gets a good shot here, but it is blocked, gets back to his feet, spots Luke Varney, bang, goal. 65th minute, it is Luke Varney, makes up for his miss earlier, puts it in the back of the net, and he's somehow kept himself onside. He's timed that step perfectly. Take a look on the replay, just shuffles to his left, keeps himself onside, and puts us in front with such a crucial goal in the context of our season. I bring off Eric Hussecleb for Benjani to see if he can make an impact. Now how about this? Rodriguez for the second time in a matter of minutes is through on goal. He's got Davies in support, but the covering of Gentiletti to shut him down is absolutely superb. Christier finds the ball over the top to Luke Varney, cuts back inside with a golden touch, shoves off his man and slots it in the bottom corner past the keeper near post, which he should have been covering. 2 goals to Luke Varney. Talk about a turnaround in a matter of 20 minutes. He's gone from 0 to hero. Absolutely fantastic. individual performance from him to slot it past the keeper. I bring off Badu because he's having a couple of stamina issues at the moment for Greg Halford, just to secure things up at the back. Davies gets through for Derby County, Polos comes out at his feet, and Pearce makes a crucial block to keep them out, and that is how it ends. 2-0 to Portsmouth, a win away from home against the guys that we are chasing down in Derby County. Now guys, the news of course out of that game is not good. Dave Kitson has suffered a broken ankle, our worst fears are confirmed, and he'll be out for the next 3 months. That is absolutely dreadful news, and it has come at the time that we most need him, at the end of the season, when we are still away. Anyway, we're still a long way away from where we need to be. The good news, though, is that we're closing the gap on those in 5th and 6th position. We're just 1 point behind Leeds United now, 5 points behind Burnley and Birmingham City, and just 6 behind Derby County. We're only a couple of good games away from that top 6. Watch this space. Now hit the music. For goal of the month for the month of February, I could go with no other than the Eric Husseklep over-the-shoulder volley against Hull City from last episode. Coming off a save from the keeper, he gets his foot over his head, behind his body, to curl it up and back into the top corner. Sure, there was no goalkeeper home, but no keeper would have stopped it anyway. You take a look on the replay, bang, nothing was going to stop that. That is an amazing strike from the in-form centre forward of the competition. You know you're having a good month for Portsmouth if you win Goal of the Month, and you are having an even better one if you win Player of the Month as well. Eric Husseklep has been the crux of our attack this month, and now with Dave Kitson out for 3 months, he's going to be even more important as we go towards the end of the season. He scored 4 great goals this month, by no means were any of them gimmies. His individual effort has been superb, as well as picking up a great assist coming off an excellent second effort, playing the ball at the perfect time to hand Luke Varney a goal on a platter. His effort has been outstanding, and he's going to be so important for us as we charge towards promotion. Well, that is the end of another episode of Pompey's Road to the Top. I hope you have enjoyed it. 17 down and not very many to go. It is going to be a very exciting climax to the season. Be sure to watch out for when the next episode lands. Please do consider leaving a like as well if you did enjoy it, guys. Cheers and stay tuned.